Welcome to the Economist Word Spotlight. Have you ever been reading maybe a really brilliant article and you hit a word or, a new term and you just think, that's exactly it. That perfectly captures that complex idea I was thinking about. Or maybe some new buzzword pops up in business or tech and you're left wondering, okay, what does that really mean? What's the real story behind it?
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for, really, to kind of shine a light on those moments. Today, we're going to unpack some key vocabulary from a recent Economist article. And it's not just about definitions, right?
Right.
It's about seeing the subtle shifts, the big ideas unfolding in business and technology, giving you that shortcut to being truly well-informed.
Exactly. And our focus today is an article titled How AI Could Create the First One-Person Unicorn. A pretty provocative title.
Yeah, definitely catches the eye.
It delves into this potential future where one person, just one entrepreneur armed with AI, could build a billion-dollar company. So we'll break down the specific words that really give the piece its punch, its analytical power.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with a word many people probably know, but it gets a twist here. Incubator. The original sentence says, she has joined an AI-powered incubator, Autos, which decided her idea was promising. Now, we hear incubator a lot, but AI-powered. What's different here?
Right. So a traditional business incubator, we know those. They offer support, maybe funding, mentorship, infrastructure.
Office space, connection.
Exactly. But AI-powered, like Autos in the article, that signals something fundamentally different. It's not just using AI tools.
Okay.
It means the AI itself is acting as like the core support system, the guide, maybe even the strategist. It's helping build the company from the ground up.
So the AI is doing the incubating.
In a way, yes. It allows for this unprecedented level of autonomy for the founder.
Yeah.
It's a real shift from the traditional model. The source contrasts it nicely, gives a standard example. She joined a tech incubator that gave her office space and helped her raise her first round of funding. That's the classic way. And the opposite is, going it alone, self-starting. Like, he chose to self-start his company without joining any incubator or accelerator.
So this AI-powered incubator, it's less about a physical space or even human mentors and more about this AI engine driving the startup process, almost like an AI co-founder handling the nuts and bolts.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. It allows one person to potentially achieve what used to take a whole team, maybe leading towards that one-person unicorn idea.
Which brings us neatly to the next word. The entrepreneur in the story, Miss Williams, she says, I can't tell you how empowering it was. That's a really strong reaction. What does empowering really capture here?
Empowering, yeah, it's a powerful word. As an adjective, it means giving someone the confidence or the ability, the authority to do something themselves, to take control.
Okay.
So here it's saying the AI support wasn't just helpful. It fundamentally gave her the power, the confidence, the agency to build her startup without needing all the usual human layers.
So it's not just making things easier, it's making her feel capable of doing it solo.
Exactly. It's like the difference between someone handing you a screwdriver and someone giving you, a whole AI-powered toolkit that makes you feel you could build the entire house yourself.
Right.
The source gives the example. Learning to code was incredibly empowering. It made me feel I could solve any problem. That feeling of capability?
Then the opposite
would be disempowering or limiting.
Yeah.
Things that reduce your control, like the other example. Micromanagement can be disempowering for talented employees. It takes away their agency.
Got it. So this empowering aspect is key to the whole solopreneur concept the article explores. And speaking of new concepts, Silicon Valley is always ready with a new word, isn't it?
Oh, yes, always.
The article states, as is its custom, Silicon Valley has already adopted a neologism that describes one-person founders like Mrs. William. They are solopreneurs. Okay, neologism. What is that and why coin this specific term?
So a neologism is basically just a newly coined word or expression. Simple as that. It pops up when something new emerges that needs a name.
Like influencer or doom scrolling.
Precisely. Those are great examples the source mentions too. But solopreneur here, it's more than just a label. The fact that this word is catching on tells you something significant.
What's that?
It shows that the idea of a single person building a potentially massive company, thanks to AI, isn't just theoretical anymore. It's becoming real enough, common enough, that it needs its own term. It legitimizes the concept.
So the word itself signals a shift in thinking.
Yeah, I think so. It's Silicon Valley putting a name tag on this new phenomenon, acknowledging it as a distinct path. It's the opposite of, say, an archaism, which the source defines as an old, outdated word nobody uses anymore.
Like words you'd find in some old document filled with archaisms no longer understood.
Exactly. Neologisms are about the new. Archaisms are about the old.
Yeah.
Solopreneur is definitely about the new.
Okay, so we have empowered solopreneurs using AI, and the dream, according to the article, is that this makes business, well, hassle-free. The sentence reads, "Some hope that generative AI will make starting a business so cheap and hassle-free that anyone will be able to become an entrepreneur much as anyone can become a YouTuber. A breath of fresh air in America's concentrated business landscape. Hassle-free. What does that really look like?"
Hassle-free. It just means easy, convenient.
Okay.
Without all the usual problems, the annoying bits, the complications.
Like no red tape.
Ideally, yeah. The article paints this picture where AI smooths out all the rough edges of starting a business, setting up websites, marketing, maybe even legal stuff, making it so simple that almost anyone could do it.
Like uploading a YouTube video, it says. That's simple.
That's the hope expressed. It suggests a real democratization of entrepreneurship, making it accessible.
We see hassle-free used elsewhere, right? Like Qtail.
Yeah. The source uses the example. We offer a hassle-free return policy. It means simple, no fuss.
And the opposite would be?
Oh, complicated, troublesome. Like the other example, getting a visa was a long and troublesome process, full of hassle. AI promises to remove that trouble.
It sounds almost too good to be true. An empowered solopreneur, a hassle-free startup. But the article quickly introduces a catch, using the word suffocating.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Seems so. The article asks, whether people like Mrs. William will be able to escape the suffocating grip of the tech giants, however, is another matter. Suffocating grip. That sounds intense. What's being described?
Suffocating? Yeah. It's a strong adjective. It means extremely limiting, oppressive, something that makes you feel trapped, restricted, unable to breathe or grow freely.
So even with AI tools?
Exactly. Even with all this AI power, the article raises the concern that solopreneurs might still be fundamentally dependent on the huge tech companies, the ones providing the AI platforms, the cloud infrastructure.
And that dependence limits their real freedom, stifles them.
That's the fear captured by Suffocating. It suggests these giants have such dominance that they could choke off innovation or capture most of the value, leaving the solopreneur feeling constricted, like grass trying to grow through concrete.
Similar to the example of a suffocating corporate culture.
Precisely. Something that stifles you. The opposite would be liberating or empowering, things that give you freedom and room to grow, like quitting the toxic environment was a liberating experience.
So a real tension there between the empowerment AI offers and the potentially suffocating control of the platforms providing it. And the article actually gives a name to these controlling giants, Triumvirate.
Ah, yes, the Triumvirate.
The sentence goes, although that infrastructure has made life easier for startups, it has also left them dependent on the cloud Triumvirate, which has been able to capture a good share of the value these firms have generated. Who is this Triumvirate?
A triumvirate, historically, is a group of three powerful rulers or entities sharing control. Think ancient Rome.
Okay.
In this context, the article uses it to refer specifically to the three dominant players in cloud computing and now increasingly AI: Microsoft, Amazon, and Google.
The big three?
The big three. Calling them a triumvirate emphasizes their collective power and dominance. It suggests they operate almost like a ruling council for the digital infrastructure that everyone else relies on.
So startups are dependent on this ruling group.
That's the implication. They provide the essential tools, the cloud, the AI models, but they also get to dictate terms and capture a large slice of the pie. It's not quite a monopoly, which is one ruler, and it's not fragmented control where power is spread out like the source mentions for the renewable energy sector. Unlike the triumvirate in tech, the renewable energy sector remains fragmented. This triumvirate implies concentrated power among a specific few.
It paints a picture of limited options for the solopreneurs, even as they innovate. And this leads to another potential problem, described as galling. The article warns, another galling possibility is that the tech giants could pinch smaller companies' best ideas.
Galling. You can almost feel the frustration in that word. What does it mean?
Galling means extremely annoying, frustrating, maybe infuriating, especially because something feels unfair or unjust.
Unjust is the key part.
I think so. It captures that feeling of deep unfairness when someone powerful takes something you worked hard to create. In this case, a tech giant potentially copying a startup's brilliant, hard-won idea.
Like your example, It was galling to see him take credit for her work. That stings. Exactly. It's that sense of injustice. The opposite would be something encouraging or reassuring, situations that feel fair and supportive, like it was reassuring to see her efforts properly recognized. Galling is the painful opposite of that.
So the solopreneur innovates, takes risks, and then faces this galling prospect of the giants just taking their ideas. A real David and Goliath issue, amplified by AI.
It seems to be a central tension the article explores.
Now, the article also looks back a bit, setting the stage for this AI revolution. It uses the word anemic to describe the recent past. It says, despite the growth of the internet, social media, software as a service, and cloud computing over the past 3 decades, business formation in America was anemic until the pandemic, the result in part of an aging population.
Anemic.
Yeah.
Like the medical term.
Yeah, exactly. Medically, anemia means low red blood cells, lacking vitality, but used more broadly, like here, anemic means weak, sluggish, lacking energy or effectiveness.
So startup creation was weak, lacking energy. That's what the article argues. Despite all these powerful digital tools becoming available over decades, the internet, cloud, SaaS, the actual rate of new business formation in the U.S. was surprisingly low, uninspired, kind of flatlining. Anemic captures that lack of dynamism perfectly.
Like the example, the company's anemic growth worried investors. Just not much energy there.
Right. It paints a picture of stagnation, a lack of vigor. The opposite would be robust or vigorous growth, like the startup showed robust growth in its first year. So the pre-pandemic landscape was anemic, setting the stage for AI to potentially be this huge jolt of energy.
A potential cure for the anemia.
Perhaps. That seems to be the hope.
Interesting. And within this context of AI's potential, the article includes a slightly lighter detail using the word mischievously. It mentions an AI being tested. It was good at identifying suppliers and adapting to user requests, including hunting for a tungsten cube mischievously requested by one employee.
Oh.
Mischievously requested. What's the nuance here?
Mischievously. The adverb, it means doing something in a playful way, maybe a bit teasing or slightly naughty, often just for fun or to see what happens.
So the employee wasn't serious about needing a tungsten cube?
Almost certainly not. They were likely just testing the AI, maybe trying to trip it up or see how it handled an absurd request, doing it with a playful, mischievous spirit.
Like poking the bear, but the bear is an AI.
Sort of. It shows this human element creeping into how we interact with AI, not just purely functional, but also curious, playful, testing its limits. Like the example, he smiled mischievously as he replaced the sugar with salt. Just a bit of playful troublemaking.
And the opposite would be requesting something seriously or sincerely.
Exactly, like she seriously considered his offer. That's genuine intent. The tungsten cube request was likely anything but serious.
It's a fun detail showing AI's adaptability even to human quirks. But let's pivot back to the bigger economic picture. The article uses the word testament when discussing why big companies exist in the first place.
Ah, Ronald Coase, yes.
Right. It says, Ronald Coase argued that their existence was a testament to the efficiency of consolidating and managing work within the confines of a business, rather than outsourcing activities to the market. How were big firms a testament to his ideas?
Okay, so testament here means clear proof, strong evidence, or a powerful indication that something is true or effective.
Proof of Coase's theory.
Exactly. Coase argued way back in 1937 that firms, big companies, exist because it's often cheaper and more efficient to organize work inside a company rather than constantly negotiating contracts for every little thing on the open market.
Yeah.
Transaction costs, he called them.
Okay.
So the very fact that huge corporations grew and thrived was seen as real-world proof, a testament that his theory was right. Their success demonstrated the efficiency he described. Like the example, her success is a testament to the power of hard work. It proves the point.
But how does AI potentially change that?
Well, that's the fascinating implication. If AI dramatically reduces the cost and complexity of coordinating tasks, maybe even making it efficient for one person to manage what used to require a large firm, then the very reason for these big firms, according to Coase, starts to weaken.
So AI could become a counterargument, a refutation.
Potentially, yes. The article sets up that tension. The success of the one-person unicorn could become a refutation or contradiction of the old logic, the opposite of a testament, like when The findings were a refutation of the original theory.
Wow. So AI could rewrite not just business models, but maybe even fundamental economic theory. That's huge.
It's a profound possibility, yeah.
And yet, despite all these huge challenges and the suffocating giants, the galling threat of idea theft, the potential rewriting of economics, the entrepreneur, Miss William, is described as sanguine, which seems surprising.
It does, doesn't it?
The article concludes, "For now, Miss William of Solace is sanguine. What she calls first mover disadvantage could be a bummer, but it could also validate her idea. Maybe they'll come to me and say, we want Solace, and then I'll be like, great, sold." What does sanguine mean here?
Sanguine means being optimistic, hopeful, cheerful, especially when things look difficult or uncertain.
So she's optimistic about giants potentially stealing her idea.
It's more nuanced than that, but essentially, yes. She maintains this remarkably upbeat perspective. Instead of just seeing the risk, she reframes it. If they copy her, she thinks, it proves her idea is valuable, it's validation. And maybe, just maybe, it leads to them wanting to buy her company.
That's quite a mindset.
It really is. It highlights a certain kind of entrepreneurial resilience, maybe even opportunism. She remains sanguine about the future of her project, despite the hurdles.
So the opposite of being pessimistic or cynical.
Exactly. A cynic might say, they'll just crush me. Like the example, he was cynical about the company's promises. She takes this hopeful, almost pragmatic view. Maybe the threat is actually an opportunity in disguise.
That's a fascinating way to end the discussion on her perspective. It really flips the narrative of the vulnerable startup. She's sanguine, looking for the upside, even in the potential downside. Well, this has been quite an exploration. We've gone from AI-powered incubators creating empowered solopreneurs, navigated the hassle-free dream versus the suffocating grip of the tech triumvirate, felt the galling unfairness, looked at anemic growth, economic testaments, mischievous requests, and ended on a surprisingly sanguine note.
It really shows how just a handful of words can map out such a complex and evolving landscape, doesn't it? Understanding terms like neologism or anemic isn't just vocabulary building, right? It's about getting a sharper focus on the real dynamics of innovation, business strategy, and, the human side of all this tech change. These words are like keys unlocking deeper understanding.
So, thinking ahead, what does this mean for you, listening? As AI keeps changing things, what new neologisms might pop up? What words will we need to describe the next phase of work or business?
Yeah, and maybe more importantly, how do we ensure AI is genuinely empowering? How do we avoid that suffocating dependence or navigate the power of the triumvirate? Does AI fundamentally challenge the economic testament to large firms?
Lots to think about there. Definitely some things to mull over as this all continues to unfold.
Keep an eye on the language. The words often tell the story before the headlines do. We hope this look at the economist's vocabulary has given you some useful tools for making sense of it all.